We're back, and this time a little bit better off than before. We do need to keep at least 4 people ready. We do have some penguins out here, which I myself can grab. I'm gonna assign 3 crew members to that, so I'm not gonna scout anymore. We can't put a scientist on it as of currently. First off, actually, what else we need to do over here is we need to cure basically everybody of the freezing. So even if one of the engineers doesn't get healed of their freezing, it should be fine. Yeah, one of the engineers is not gonna heal with his freezing. It just means next time, he's gonna have to go to the doctor. Which is a little bit unfortunate. I was hoping he would get healed as well, but that's what happens. So, 2 scientists and 1 scout. Actually, scientists might have more use. A scientist and 2 scouts, and those guys are also going to be very cold. Yeah, they're instantly going to develop freezing. I mean, we do have a lot of people who are freezing. But we do have stuff to feed the furnace. I do have a lot of stuff, like I have cans of spoiled rations, tinned lemons, I have all this stuff now. Meaning I'm going to throw some things into the furnace. Jeez, there's actually not much to throw into the furnace. First, let's get the food situated. Great much of it. There we go. A little bit of extra food added. Jeez, this guy's gonna have scurvy and he's gonna have frostbite. That's hilarious. Alright, we can throw the... what can we throw in here? We need to get at least 50. There we go. I think I've read all this, but I'm gonna, yeah, I've read this before. I'll just skip it if I already read it. But anyways, make sure to like and subscribe and go follow me on Rumble. And yeah, welcome back to the Pale Beyond. Also, I have the bolt action rifle, the revolver which I took from Zach, and the hunting shotgun. Another thing, Grimly is loyal to me. Junior's loyal to me. Kasha's loyal to me. Arthur's loyal to me. Cordell's loyal to me. Kurt's loyal to me. Hammond's loyal to me. Templeton's loyal to me. Everyone's loyal to me. Since I killed all the penguins instead of just some of them, which was slightly unfortunate, you know, you gotta pet the dogs, you gotta pet the dogs. If you don't pet the dogs, you're a monster. Pet all the dogs. There we go. Now we can enter the request tent and take requests. I'm gonna say this, Dave. No, I know I already did. Well, Captain, sun won't be getting up for a while. Welcome to our new home. I kinda ain't pretty, but she'll do us right. Better than being stuck out there in the blizzard. That I believe we can all agree on. It's a strong one, worse than any I've seen. We'll have to keep an eye out for rips in the outer canopy. Don't want the heat seeping out, or the cold ripping in. You see a single hole? Grab whoever you can to fix it. Best we heed their warnings, Captain. This top is old and clearly has seen better days. Finished quest. We've been coming accustomed to our new setup. It'll be sometime before we can leave this canopy. 21 weeks, I assure you. We've been keeping track of time. 21 weeks till... 18 weeks till rescue, correct? Yes. The winter will be long, but won't feel as such. Even thoughts can freeze out here, I think the weeks will pass before you know it. Still, you have been in command for some time now. It has made for interesting observations, at least. All good, I hope. Well, Templin flicks the page of the notebook. I still believe it's unwise to claim Hunters abandoned the crew, no matter how truthful it is. I didn't say anything that wasn't true. Yes, that was a mistake. Templin flicks the page of his notebooks. I am disappointed by your refusal to take action against Stoke and his music. Leaving room for such disrespect to your authority, you may now look weak and ineffective. Brimley is free to play his music. His music, yes, but songs of mutiny, that should not have been supported. Templin flicks the page of his notebook. I must commend you for your actions during the incident at Leopard Seal. Your cool head and preparedness mean we were able to avoid disaster. Kudos. Yeah, I killed the Leopard Seal this time. It'll be a long time before winter clears, but when it does, we'll be closing in on our rescue point, which is the last known location of the Vice Count, if you may recall. Do you think we can still find it? At this stage, it's impossible to know anything for certain. I wonder. Do you still hope to find the Vice Counts? No matter, we've spoken enough. Let's get back to work. Now, there should be a hole in here eventually where I need 4 people to patch it up. Is that the same compass you carried in your 3rd film? Indeed it is. I'm surprised you were able to pick up on those details. Well, I've seen them quite a few times. My family purchased a print of Through the White Waste for private screenings, and I'm quite accustomed to it all. Then, is her family like rich or something? I'm guessing they gotta be rich. They probably like live in a mansion or something. Through the White Waste, Par. You must have been about this tall when the film came out. Maybe shorter? Maybe shorter. That canvas pack of yours. It must be 30 years old by now. I know how to keep my equipment well maintained. You're the same, aren't you? Of course, I'd never let my trusty camera even get scratched. You know, we barely had a budget for the first film. Most thought it was the idea was set out for a disaster. Had to get sponsorship of tinned beans before the expedition even got off the ground. Remember those adverts? Newspaper ran them for quite some time, in fact. I had some newspaper clippings for research, building a portfolio. I think one of those adverts is in the folder. Why would you need so much research? Seems a bit much for one expedition. Well, this is for something else, yeah. That is, what's shameful to admit, but I keep a record of some historical figures that I'm hoping one day writing a biology on. A biography? Yes, I know it's getting ahead of myself, but I like to prepare for projects that are in the realm of possibility, maybe. Hard, like to see that historical figure. I would say that you fit the criteria. Flattering, but it does make me sound old, hard. Would love to just be able to throw some crew into the med bay, but afraid I can't. Actually, I only need 4 members of the crew, so I can assign Zach for an interview. One crew member will develop freezing. We're gonna have to put a lot of people into, whatever it's called. The doctor's office. As you can see, everything's new here. I forgot to mention this before. Oh, hey, got the runt petting the dog, you know. Templeton's still refusing to even, like... Just this dog is constantly trying to eat Templeton's food, and he's like, no. You're not getting this food, no. Of course, got people lining up here to get, some soup from Junior. While some others already have theirs. The crew return to their posts, the long dark continues. You can choose who to spend your evening with. I don't understand why it says that. Okay, yeah, see, we got a tear right here. And we have exactly enough to fix. How do you say this one? Acceleration. You said this was a simple book. You certainly picked an interesting time to start reading. I'd bet it's too dark to see anything most of the time. What brought on the need to learn? Not gonna be strong forever. Whaling work will dry up. Still got to learn something. Captain. We're set in for quite a few weeks. We'll have to find something good to pass the time. All sports are out of question, considering the circumstances. Perhaps you can share stories of expeditions past. I have quite a few up my sleeves. That'd be nice, Kurt. I'd love to hear some of your tales. That would just be spiffing. Though we may be here for quite some time, yeah, better go through a reasonable pace, blah blah, oh well, like, back to work for now. Arf. Miss Cordell, would you be able to calm things down? I'm attempting to make a note of the day's work. The move has left Stanberry overstimulated, and with nowhere to take them, bored. How long before the creature tires itself out? A pack down can remain active for several hours without taking a rest. And then will it calm down? Perhaps. Then another is likely to act out again. How is anyone to have any work done here in their presence? You grow used to it, learn to focus your mind. I am focused on my duties at all times. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, I've recently played, this is not relevant at all. I've recently played Hello Neighbor 2, which is way better than the first one, I'm telling you. I mean, from what I heard of it, apparently it was awful. But no, it seems pretty good, way better. The puzzles are cooler. Just better. Then you should have no issue. Arf. Thinking of going for our stroll. What? You were staring at the exit for a while there. Oh, right. You're right. Yes, It's going to be a long winter, isn't it? Should be. And the food we have now will last us, right? What are you getting on? Well, nothing. Nelly scurries off, returning to his tent. You see that shawl? Something's up with the doctor. Don't like it. I don't like it either. The doctor's one of my favorite characters. Can't put my finger on why, but he just is. It's very odd. Alright, can we go talk to anyone in here? Doctor, you're back. You wandered off so soon after dinner. Something on your mind? Oh, no. I was just planning to get an early night. Oh, well, good night. Yes. Now we end our day. Now, unfortunately, nobody's gonna be cured of freezing. So all these guys are gonna get frostbite. These two are gonna get scurvy. I'm gonna throw everyone I can. Actually, wait, will someone die? No, because one crew member will be cured of their malnutrition. 2 crewmates will develop freezing. Oh, wait, and then we get a ton of crewmates freezing on a sled hunt. We do have to. Oh, no. Did I mess this up? Because if I ask engineers, I can only get one of them to do it. That's only 2 people at cures. The med bay can only throw 3 people into. So frostbites are going in first. Frostbite, frostbite. Does anyone else have frostbite? No. Okay, that's good. Let me just check. Oh, you have frostbite and scurvy. Do you just die then? Yeah, you do. Alright, well, reload the last save. Week 23. Wait, cancel. Week 24. Week 21. I have to go all the way back to week 21. Alright, fine. Could have sworn we've only been here for 1 week. But, sure. Okay. I gotta think here. Well, let us play this better. What's going on here? Oh, the game still thinks it's earlier, so... That's about right. I do this. Unfortunately, you don't get healed of freezing, meaning you're gonna get frostbite. Meaning I'm gonna have to send Runsta, Cavity, and Tucker to go get me some Emperor Penguins from outside. They're gonna develop freezing. Where's the beasties? Or any of the rest? Yeah, I get it. Blah, blah, blah. Just skip through all the dialogue. I'm still gonna click it anyways, because I have to, otherwise I'll literally just be annoyed that I didn't. Can't throw anyone into the doctor's office, unfortunately. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Well, we do have to feed the hoosh pot. Feed it all the penguins. That gives us 50. 3. Then the furnace, beat the furnace, we're gonna have to throw in a flare to get us 50. Now we can take requests. We have 10 people left. Hamilton Jr., yeah, blah blah blah, we get it. I understood. Yeah. 18 weeks to rescue. Didn't say anything wasn't true. You're right, I should put a stop to it. Do you think we can still find it? There. No loyalty lost, no loyalty gained. Templeton's annoying. If I just tap that, like this thing, because I'm not using the mouse. The thing that's attached to the computer where you don't have to use the mouse. This thing. You can click really fast with that. It's not anywhere near difficult. Actually, wait. Medbay. Lefty's malnourished. I can just... Okay. That means I can actually afford to throw 3 of those spoiled ones in there. I also have some fish if need be as well. We'll do this. Crew up their meal. I think I have to play it a bit more safe. Although, here's one thing. I think we do need a little bit more food. Sailor. 1 scout. Because, as of currently, if I go to my items, we have no more food. We have a little bit of hoosh here, which, again, we can cure 7 cases of scurvy. But malnutrition is not something I want people to get. So what I'm really thinking is I have to send 1 scout out. We get penguins. We send another scout. And these guys. Meaning, yes, these will get freezing. And then 2 other people will get freezing. But then, we can just throw them into the doctor's office for a visit to the good doctor. My favorite character so far is, that guy. Arthur. Not sure why. But he's just my favorite character. And skip all this. Wait, let me check. Does this go straight from week 21 to week 24? I'm kind of thinking that's what it's gonna do. Yeah. Now we're gonna get an entire lot of people with frostbite, with freezing. We can throw the people with... Oh, wait, I forgot that one of the engineers can't work. Actually, no, he can. I'm gonna use a medical comfort. I think it's worth... Yeah, it skips straight from week 21 to week 24. I think that's a good thing. And, here we go. The good doctor. Doctor. Frostbite. 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 Command to rest. Use medical comforts to instantly cure all crew in the med bay. You go out here. The furnace. Ask engineers to raise the heat. And hopefully we can get rid of that last case of frostbite the cavity has. Do we? No. So then he would die. So we're gonna reload this week. And send cavity in. We're gonna reload it. I know you guys think this might be cheating. And I agree with you. It is cheating. Use medical comforts. But just because it's cheating doesn't mean I shouldn't do it. I mean, yes, I don't really want to, but then again, I don't want a single one of these crew to die. Does it do the same thing every time? Does that mean that just one guy with frostbite, no matter what, will not get healed? let me check. Freezing. Frostbite. Okay, I've messed it up again. My goodness. Because he will die because of frostbite. No, wait. Wrong one. Load save tree. Rewind. Grab myself some penguins. Send 3 people out here. Do that. You're all freezing. Ask engineers to raise heat. Actually, no, wait. No, wait. I figured this out. I'm an idiot. I'm a bleeding idiot. As you all can assume. We heal people if they're freezing first, and basically guarantee that, what's your name, gets healed. Except the fact that he doesn't. Wow, this game is just like, the one person I need to get one person I need healed just decides not to get healed. Does that mean, so I can't send anyone out on an expedition. Cannot send a scout out. Cannot send anyone out hunting. Do we just have to let someone die here? Is that just how it's gonna work? Because we don't have enough fuel for the furnace in order to do that. Actually, these are better as food. We need 50 food first, so yeah. You throw in a flare. That's all good. That's all fine and dandy. You go to the hoosh pot. And why was I throwing in this when I could be throwing in the fish? It's 15. And then some penguins, which gets us 51. Along with a little bit of something because the malnourished person, who will be perfectly fine. I'm honestly unsure what I can do here. I might have to go back again. I might have to let someone die. I don't want a single one of these guys to die. Blah, blah, blah. Skip all this. Heard it all. Gonna have to listen to Templeton ramble on about annoying stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. There you go. Because that guy will be cured of malnutrition. That's 4 people, which means we still have 6 in total who are freezing. One of them is... No, I need to go back. I know this is probably going to make for a boring video, but I'm going to have to go back to week 16. Week 16, go here. You're out of breath. Yeah, I get it. Over here. Oh no, Kurt and Hammond are fighting now. It's West End. Yeah. They're fighting. What the hell's going on here? That's enough, both of you. Kasha will ask us to step in between. Now, now here's how this works. If I ask Grimly to break them up, then I'll gain loyalty of Templeton. And I'm pretty sure Kasha still. But if I don't, but if you have to do that, I think I lose the loyalty of Grimly. So I'm going to step in between the 2 men, which gives us loyalty between these 2. Do either of you have interest in the crew? Do either of you have the crew's interest at heart? Blah. You're gonna shake hands, back to work this instant, now, then leave. Yeah. Just set an example for the rest of my crew. I'm gonna follow it forward. I see I can respect that view, Captain. You don't respect anything I do. So, instead of making sure you're not demoralized, let's instead just throw you in the med bay. You have scurvy. You're freezing to death. Command them both to rest. Then we get some people here, because I killed all the penguins. They're all dead. I murdered every last one of them. Didn't leave a single survivor. I killed all of them. Just do that. Actually, I kind of want to save the timber for later. So can I just get it via penguins? I can. Now we also do need some stuff left for there. Now they're all going to become... This is how 4 people become freezing when I get there. So I actually think I'm only going to put 3 on here. Because that'll give me 4 penguins. Then the rest of the lot are completely useless. Okay, runs. You're going to gain loyalty with Arthur. I guess I already did. Captain, yeah, the colony was slaughtered. Couldn't quite do anything with him. Puts the crew's mind at ease. Be my guest. We can give him 1 piece of wood. There we go. I'll whip him up quick. 5 decorum lost. Wait, does that use up all our wood? No, it just uses up 1. Finish quest. Templeton's loyalty does not matter to me right now. Templeton... I don't really like Templeton. Templeton is a loser. I'm just being honest. I really just don't like Templeton. Templeton's my least favorite of this group. Arthur's my favorite. Then my second favorite is Kasha. Then my third favorite is Timmy. Then my 4th favorite is Junior. Then my 5th favorite is Hammond. Actually, no. 4th favorite's Hammond. 5th is Junior. Those are my 5 favorite characters. Let me think. Yeah, we call the crew for dinner. Crew of their meal. Dinner shared, stories are traded. Kurt approaches Hammond. Kurt apologizes. None of this matters. We often drink coffee. How much coffee would you drink to acquire that? This is probably a really boring video, but I'm just trying to get back to where it was. I was really hoping that I would know exactly what I'm doing, but apparently I really messed up the day before. Blah, 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 blah. Now we... 1 crew member will develop freezing. Yeah. And then now we should have the option to hunker down. But we're gonna put our crew to work first. Then we'll hunker down. We do have 3 people freezing, but instead of wasting our engineers on that, we're only going to do this. We're not going to waste any more opportunities right now. We need to get as many of these guys here as possible. I don't think that I'm only going to want to think 1 scout expedition. Actually, let's just save the scouts. No, because we can build up. Here, we do this. We can go to the good doctor afterwards. After we do this request, Grimly, shock out of the totems with the crew. I'm carrying them everywhere now. Makes them feel safe. Well, that's good to hear. Anything to keep the crew steady. Good work, Mr. Stoke. Now we go over here. We go here. Ask a scientist to cook up medical comforts. We only need 2 because I got an item from the ship. I'm still thinking about last week. I will have you, once back in my school days. What? Really? Well, I didn't intend to. Got dragged into one somehow. How'd it go? Not well. He got beat up. If you ask someone if they've ever gotten into a fight, and they say it didn't go well, that either means they won, and it was such a success, or they miserably failed. Like, it was just horrible. And they're super confused on how it was really that bad. Now we're not gonna call the we're gonna call the crew for dinner, because it doesn't actually cost me any food. I forgot about that one. Yeah. You got close to Shaw real quick. It was designed by our benefactors to be a second officer on this expedition. I'm simply doing my duty. Aye, sure. There's you, blah blah blah. Captain, I've been looking over the contract, and I feel an update should be made on your own. Work has far exceeded your pay scale as first mate. Once we return to land, I'll arrange that you receive Hunt's promised pay in addition to your own. Thank you, Templeton. That's rather considerate of you. I disagree. It's only fair you be compensated appropriately. I see no other reason. So we're going down. We're going down soon? Most likely. Good. Doctor, good evening. Something on your mind? I was curious. You've been awfully quiet after, well, last week's scrap-up. Your visits have been scarce, and you've kept to your own at dinner. Well, I suppose I'm licking my wounds. I don't know what that word is, but I'm guessing it's metaphorically. Last week's incident was something of an embarrassment. Well, I just wanted to check in, see if you're okay. I'll be fine, just need to settle this damn pride of mine. Thank you, son, Doctor. Oh, you're welcome, I suppose. Yeah, Kurt let his ego get the best of him. He let his ego get the best of him, and it didn't work out quite well. Hunting season seems to be winding down. It would seem. You're likely a handful more weeks before the wildlife begin to clear. Do you ever share your rations with the dogs? They do the hunting after all, so we rightly reap some of the spoils. They have their own rations. I'm sure they'd prefer my cooking to the broth. You may try them, I won't stop you. Hammond, a question. I told you, I'm not getting quoted in your bloody report. Calm down, this is not about you. You've worked with Mr. Templeton before, yes? Regrettably. Do you happen to know his age? It wasn't listed in the records, and assuming based on his appearance is difficult. He's younger than he looks, that's all I know. Counting the furnace of Yabina, right? Yeah. Alright, well, actually, wait, locking down the camp means that we have to pay food rations, and if I don't have enough, well, you know what happens. It's bad. It's really bad. Everybody dies, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, I'm trying to click here. Feed the furnace. We're gonna throw in one of these. And one of these penguins. That's not what I wanted. Feed the furnace. One of these and a penguin. And another penguin. And another penguin. And that's enough. Now we lock down the camp and prepare for winter. I mean, I think we do miss a few weeks because of this. But at the same time, I bet it's better safe than sorry. Because I noticed it skips ahead about 3 weeks. Yeah. So now we can use both of them to cure 3 people, which is the max amount of people I can cure of their freezing. There we go. I figured it out. This is like a puzzle. I finally put the pieces together. Have them show up first in the log. The crew have settled down for the long winter. It'll be many months before the canopy is removed and farther travel across the ice will be a possibility. Before the winter set in, the navigator and the engineer came to blows in public amongst the crew. Quite literal were the blows, as the men had to be separated by the crew. What do you mean I separated them? I think I'm going crazy here. This is a reflection on my failure to lead. For 2 crew members to disagree or to bicker and comment is common and expected. Even to aggression be allowed to flare up to such a degree, the fault lies with the captain, as such an error will not happen again. Sign off. Now I'm gonna go pick up a penguin myself. As you know, I am a very, very good person. Yeah, got it. You guys don't have to say anything important. I've heard this all before. I'm not sure why I'm still doing this. Just feel like I have to. Just every character has to get to talk. Otherwise, I literally just don't know. Alright, let us serve the crew a nice timber soup. Just 3 timbers, please. I'm joking, I'm not gonna feed my crew timber. Who do you think I am, a madman? No, that's what you people are who are watching. You're mad, not me. Sorry to say, but it's true. It's true. You're mad. Everybody watching is mad. You've all gone insane. I'm quite certain of it. Now we can throw in the rest of the wood. And we can actually ask the engineers to raise the heat, which will cure all 3 people. Meaning we can actually send these guys outside to go clear up this. Which will leave us with 5, which is manageable. Yes, that is manageable. 5 people freezing is manageable. What am I talking about? Why are 3 people freezing? Yeah, 3 people, then 2 people. Medbay. Scientist. Man to rest. And actually, I can ask the scientist to cook up medical comforts, because I only need 5 people, was it? 4 people? I mean, I can also assign a person for interview. Brent Stock can do it. Why doesn't he tell you how he lost his arm? That would make for a good story. I doubt he wants to. But I doubt anyone wants to. There we go. Hamilton Jr., yeah, we won't be in them for a while. Blah, blah, blah. Finish request, yeah. 18 more weeks to rescue. Good observations, I hope. You're right, I shouldn't have spoken with such certainty. You're right, I should have put a stop to his music. I hate having to say this guy's right. Still find it. But they don't care what he has to say, 10% at this point, because I've heard this so many times now. What is that, 4 times now? 4 times? Jeez, man, these conversations are long. It's like as the winter gets longer, so do the conversations. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense that conversations would eventually get longer and longer in this game. There we go, we're gonna patch this up. Scouts can help. Yeah, Nelly's worried the food's gonna run out. So he's planning on just leaving. Because he's afraid he's using up resources and providing nothing. Even though that's 100% incorrect and he's just gone mad. But that's to be expected. We've been out here for quite some time now, haven't we? Because everybody knows I'm a very, very, very fancy man. If you looked at me, you'd know how fancy I am. Frostbite, frostbite. As long as... Okay, I was gonna say, as long as neither of the engineers become freezing, that's good. 4 weeks at 3rd camp. There you go, we have 4 people freezing, meaning we can actually cure all but 1 of these cases. So first, we're gonna, let's actually go back. We're going to ask engineers to raise the heat. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. That does not cure frostbite, only freezing. Okay, so it just cannot cure frostbite. That is interesting. I did not know that before. That was a waste of manpower. Manpower that we could have been using to grab dead penguins off the floor. That is a very important thing to be doing constantly, in fact. Alright, let's take requests real quick. Actually, no. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna feed the hoosh pot. How many does that give us? 36. We're actually gonna put in a bit of fish. Now he's malnourished, but that'll be cured. Then the furnace is gonna need another flare. One of these. That's another one actually. 50. Wow, it's getting hard just to maintain. You notice anything about the doc lately? Since winter started, he's seemed off. More than usual. I think we should have some words. I had to make a concentrated effort to keep track of the day's plate. But my estimates, we're not even a third of the way through. Yes, I wonder if there's indeed a rescue waiting for us on land. Harriet, now isn't the time for doom and gloom. Of course, but can't help but think of the Viscount. The Viscount? Yes, I'm certain the expedition rescue to arrive as well. Mr. Templeton, would you happen to have a spare pen? Yeah, I get it. I read this one. Blast it. What's the Mutt's doing? Yeah, I get it. Again, low bar. Sure, the dogs behave better than the crew, but the crew don't behave that well. Captain, do you mind if I move to a different tent? I'm worried about the boiler. I'd like to be on hand in case of emergency. Would you be able to move me closer? Of course you can move there. Thank you, Captain. This eases my mind. I've had it. I've had enough. Night after night, week after week. Those salters. Isaac, some decorum, please. Yes, a decorum apparently is like behavior. Apologies, but I cannot take their presence any longer. Loud, disruptive, and the mess they leave behind after dinner. I just want some peace and privacy. Is that too much to ask? Captain, I employ you to relocate me to another tent. Anywhere else as long as it's away from them. We are a crew. If you can't live peacefully with the sailors, you have to learn to live. Learn, Captain, please. Captain Shaw is right. We are all working together. Little professional conscript can go a long way, Mr. Isaac. Right. Apologies. I'm demoralized. Shaw, Templeton. Need to do something about Arthur. Arthur? The doctor? Man, I'm still convinced that Templeton only knows the science team, the engineer team, one of the scouting team, and like a few sailors. Right, yes, Dr. Nutley. What do you mean, Grimley? Since winter started, he seems unwell. The pressure's starting to get to him. I'm surprised to see you coming up with the issue. I didn't take you to show concern to a high-class landlord. He's a good lad, means well. Besides, he's part of the crew. Hunt's picked him out. But it's no secret that the good doctor carries a nervous temperament. Blah, blah, he thinks he can affect his own health. And not alone, Junior, Belfield's darling, I think so too. It's quite noticeable. Don't worry, Grimley, I'll have a word with him. Good. Better sooner than later talking to him. Blood's barely hanging in there. Captain. Templeton. I've heard through the grapevine our good doctor is adding a spot of bother. Indeed, you may just be able to help. You know the boy well, don't you? I should say so. We've had long been on the ice together now. You might just be the right man for the job. We're concerned with the doctor's temperament. He's slowing down in his work, and maybe threatening to stop altogether. Well, his own health comes above his work, wouldn't you agree? Both are matters of great importance. You'll speak with him, then? I'm afraid that's beyond me, Richard. What? Kurt is right, Templeton. He's not the man for the job. Quite right, Robin. Why is he using our last name instead of our first? We're all gonna die. I've spoken to the lad quite a bit, but I've never made it through to the boy. Tough nut to crack. Might not have the right disposition for it. Too soft, I'd say. Excuse me. You treat him too softly. The young man's a doctor. You don't even handle with gloves. We need someone to remind him of his duty of his role. No surgeon's words. The boy's temperament is hanging by a thread, and you want Saul to approach you with a saw? You said yourself the gentle method proves ineffective. I said no such thing. Kurt is right, Nellie requires encouragement more than anything. Thank you, Captain. There's no need to put more pressure on the lad. Encouragement, yes, but emphasis on what is required of him. I trust your judgment, Captain. Best leave the talk until after dinner. No need to interrupt his work farther. Please let me know how you fare, Captain. Best of luck. My throat kind of hurts. Need to get something to drink. Wonder how long this video's been going on for. You lots, do this. You lot, do that. Always meant to ask Mr. Templeton, which is precisely your area of expertise? Botany. Odd. How so? Botany is the study of plants, correct? Not an abundance of plants out in the ice. The meteorologists, the biologists. I understand, but why are you chosen? So, my thinking is, Mr. Isaac, is, the meteorologist. And both Mr. and Mrs. Gloss are biologists. But Zach is meteorologist, which makes sense. I just don't understand why Templeton the botanist is here. I have a much wider range of knowledge about my field. I was chosen as the head of the science team on this expedition. But the benefactor, correct? Yes. Which reminds me, just who is the benefactor of yours? I asked Hunt often, but he always avoided the question. He avoided most of what I asked. You may ask many questions. You ask many questions, Miss Belfield. Exactly what Hunt said. You seem to be adamant not to answer. I don't see it as relevant information. Everything's relevant, Mr. Templeton. You can only hide secrets for so long. We'll see about that. About current winter by my count. Do you have a different count by any chance? No. I'm hoping you may. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna do voices for these characters. I like how half the time I do voices for characters, but then half the time they sound like they're just completely normal, average Joes. Joes off the street. There, you can go get me an Emperor Penguin. Call the crew for dinner. The crew have their meal. The crew return to their posts. Long winter continues. You choose to spend your evening with who? Captain, I've heard mutterings among the crew. Raised concern. It would appear that our rations of the past go farther running dry. The crew already is on edge for this winter. I doubt this will improve matters. Mr. Hammond and the sailors have been often fond of leave, and spotted them trading some for food rations. Ridiculous, I know. The Appleton Company did supply us well. Yes, it's remarkable it was even able to last as long as it has. Hunt must have consumed at least a quarter of the supply in his time alone on the ship. They're quite the addicts to it. Simple plants carry so much control over them. Personally, I never much cared for it. I tend to avoid any substances that could affect my body chemistry. Again, everything technically affects you. Like, especially coffee. I always drink coffee. Still have no respect for the leaf. There's something about a plant that can steer human behavior so strongly. No wonder our benefactors thought it wise to supply them in abundance. Tobacco, tin food, our benefactor has their hands in many affairs, don't they? They continue I know. I said because I really don't want to read this again. I've read it like 3 times now. No, they're building an empire. Just they funded this expedition, so to have to founded countless ventures, countless discoveries. This is how their business operates. They sound more ambitious than your average fruit salesman, that's for certain. It's almost concerning. There's no reason to be concerned. You may have your doubts, Captain. I understand that. Do I approve of the eagerness to mine natural resources to sell them off at the cost? They do? No. However, I understand that commodities as a vehicle could pay several breakthroughs and discoveries that may be possible about financial aid for your return. I see you're going in, Templeton. The goods outweigh the bads. I'm glad you're understanding, Captain. I'm fine. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Perhaps a cigarette would even help yourself, yeah. Go get yourself a cigarette or something. I want to listen to your talk. Captain, is there an issue? How much loyalty do you have to me? Completely loyal. Crew are worried about you, Arthur. Oh, right. Captain, I must apologize. For what? I know I'm not what you've asked in a ship's doctor. I'm nervous, my mind's often scattered, the sight of blood, well, it makes me faint. Highly qualified as a benefit... Not sure how to say that word. A surgeon, are they? You're a fine surgeon, nonetheless. Captain, there's something I must confess. The reason Hunt took me on against all of the candidates, well, it's because of my father. Your father? Yes. Well, you see, my father was Hunt's barber. We're quite friendly, and, well, my father called him a favor. You know that for certain. Well, not for certain, but it's quite clear. My father was so proud when I took up this expedition. Believed they could finally toughen his boy up. He was always obsessed with that. No matter what I did for him, always came back to how tough I was, or wasn't. But you can see how that worked, can't you? I've had no issue with your work. Captain, there's no need to protect my self-worth. I know where I stand. Some of the crew have been kind to me. Too kind. Whether it's harsh words from Templeton, or pats on the back from Kurt, their eyes are all the same when they look at me. A burden, a mouth to feed. So, prove them wrong. But I don't believe they are. I've tried. I have to accept it. My cowardice leaves a drain on the crew's resources, selfishly so. Perhaps it's better of me to... At least stop this, we're talking nonsense. Right, of course, you're right. Ha, suppose I was acting foolish. Now isn't time to lose my nerve, what remains of it. I'm sorry for worrying you, Captain. Billy walks off, making his way back to his tent, clearly much is on the doctor's mind. Regret this. Now we end the week. Hopefully this winter is over soon. Not sure how long we can have the winter just being a drain on our resources. I mean, sure, we have enough to suffice, but it's not long before... It's not long before this winter claims us. Week 28. 8 weeks to third camp. If this is not the last week, we're pretty much just dead. I'm glad I murdered all these penguins. I'm so glad. If I hadn't murdered all these penguins, I don't know if I'd be here today. I think I can afford having 5 sailors frozen. 5 frozen sailors is just the amount I can afford. Nothing more, nothing less. Winter can't be over soon enough. This is the longest I've gone without proper exercise. Well, winter has granted me plenty of time to read by the lamplight. Perhaps one should use this time to exercise their mind instead. Else, what? That's the most obnoxious thing you said so far. It's almost impressive. I like Flick. They're hilarious. Not really, just Flick saying that makes me like them, makes me like her more, because it's just funny. Mr. Hammond, in my hands are right up. I've been working on over the winter intended for our benefactor. It'd be good for you to have a look over the material, let me know if there's anything missing. Hammond, throw it in the furnace, we need more fuel. Aye, sure thing. Oh, without dripping oil everywhere we can, my research is quite important. My work isn't. Of course it is. Could you attempt to clean your hands at least? With what? Bloody ice water? I'm certain to have a cloth somewhere. Here, take this as your own. Hey, thanks. The hand cloth was actually boiled by... I don't care. Ah, good. Good Templeton. Good Hammond. If we do this, that's fine. Let me actually check. Yeah, both engineers should go on here to cure 3 people of their freezing. Unfortunately, I can't really throw anyone into the medway. Now can I? Because it cured. No, actually, it cured really well. That's actually probably the best curing we could have gotten. It's actually not the worst. Enter their quest tent. Man, I hope this winter's over soon. We're all gonna die if not. Captain, could you move me to a new tent? I'm stuck in Madar all winter. I thought it'd be a proper place to place you and your family. I'm not a child. You most certainly are. Well, I don't need him looking over my shoulder all the time, sir. You need your own space, then? Hi. Can you tell, Captain? No, your father should be watching over you. I'm not a child. Outbursts like that won't convince us otherwise. Fine. Captain Shaw, oh goodness. You're out of breath. Is there an emergency? Well, this might sound mad. Out of it? I saw it. Clear as day, I looked out in the snow and I saw it. What? The Briar. Well, Captain, next order of business is... I'm not joking, I know it sounds mad, but I saw it. It's 12 feet tall, covered in thick, bushy white hair. Does a creature exist? The winter's clearly gotten to you. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me too, but if they weren't, if there's a beast like that, if we caught it, it could feed us for 3 winters, no, 4. I'm not suggesting the winter had the party. We won't travel 4, Captain, think about it. Lucy, Dr. Nutley, you're a third. You're clearly need rest. You're imagining things. Is he, though? I need the food. As long as you don't wander off into a blizzard. We'll send the entire scouting team. And 2 Johns as well. He's the strongest man. Don't worry, we'll keep it safe. The unexplored winter, who knows what we might find. Nothing but death and ruin, this is ridiculous. 2 Johns, Quinsley, York III, and Flick will begin hunting for the Guarn. Is that a polar bear? Captain. Templeton. Mr. Higgs. Call me Tucker. Mr. Higgs is fine. There's nothing you require. Must be nerve-wracking in here all day. Well, I say day. Can't tell how many time it is anymore, can ya? Suppose not, but... Must fry your head, Captain, doesn't it? What, Templeton? He can be quite the wild, yes. Ha, I bet. Mr. Tucker. It was worth the -5 loyalty to make fun of Templeton. Higgs. Mr. Higgs. Did you come here for a quest or not? The day barely exists anymore, nothing to do about here but pass the hours. So you have nothing to request? No. Simply come here to make idle chat. Aye, nothing better to do. Aye. Captain? You should embrace this free time while you can. Won't last long, go play cards with the others. It'll be the 15th game this week, Captain, but I don't keep it from work any longer. Captain, seems the winter is beginning to take a toll on the crew. We should take great care and ensure their minds stay active. Oh, I realized we don't have enough crew members to fix the walls. Hopefully there isn't many today. Hopefully this is the only one. You done with that book yet? Almost. Doing a trade. Alright, but you'll need to send it back to Mr. Zoc when you're done. Okay, and you'll have to return this to Dr. Arthur. I'm calling him Arthur, because, you know, I'm giving him the proper respect of calling him by his first name, not his last. I really don't understand why you'd call him by his last name instead of his first. Oi, old man, today's your birthday, isn't it? Surprise, you still know what day it is. But aye, these old bones grow even older. Can't imagine what surprise you have planned. Actually, ask Grimly to carve a wooden whale for you before we set off. Oh, and where is it? Went down to the ship. Har. Well, it's the thought that counts. Bloody hell, we don't have any fuel for the furnace. I mean, we can always burn fish. We really need a flare. Penguin. We're gonna have to burn a flare. And we're still gonna have to throw more things in. This better be the last week of winter, or we're not making it out. We're not making it out alive here. We've run out of stuff to throw into the furnace. The crew have their meal. I'm sure we could afford destroying some items. Okay, that's good. As you step out of your tent, you notice Nutley's approach. Captain, I've been thinking a great deal over the last while. I want to thank you for speaking to me when you did. I needed that. I've certainly made this expedition more difficult than it had right to be, through my previous cowardice. And for that, I'm sorry, Captain. Nutley, not a single one of this crew has doubted you. We owe you a great debt. I wonder how my father's doing. On the other side of the world, I wonder if he's thinking of me. My mother and my sister, too. There's so much I must return to. He pauses for a moment before presenting you with an envelope. Captain, if I fail to make it back to the world, would you be able to bring this letter to my father? Take the letter. Take the letter from Nutley's hand and give him a nod. The doctor gives you a nod back. Thank you, Robin. I hope I won't need to deliver this. Nutley gives you a nod and makes his way back to his tent before you make your way back to camp. Don't read the letter. That's his. I'm not gonna read it. I'm not gonna invade his privacy. I'm simply not the bad guy. I'm not the good guy, but I'm not the bad guy either. I'm simply trying to make sure everybody survives. Is the winter over yet, Da? Oh, you're sick of it, are ya, eh? I was sick of it when it started. I wanted to move. Not much longer now, I'm sure. I've noticed something. What is that? Looking at these older photographs, a few of the dogs have grown quite a bit since we first landed. We've been here for quite some time, yes. It'll be interesting to see the time-lapse. Did not expect the rest of us to grow taller as well. That reminds me, I've never interviewed you yet. You may just be the most interesting member of this crew. I'm not a member of the crew, there's no need to interview me. I disagree. Is that so? There's too much I'm curious on. What led to the dog handling? Why the accents? Why are you Lady Cordell? You do recall the figure of speech regarding curiosity and the cat, yes? I thought you were more of a dog person. That was a joke. I'm aware. I'll take it that you're not interested in answering my questions. Not in the slightest. Understood. Speaking of those photographs, I forgot that she had photographs. Oh, there's so many of them. What am I gonna do? Remember this being the last one. Okay, so we got a picture of a telescope. Picture of Junior. Looks like he's eating some food. His photographs are quite hard to see. There's Arthur being like, what do you want me to do? That's what he looks like. He's like, why are you taking a picture of me? What am I supposed to be doing? Here's a picture of nothing. Here's a picture of ice cracking, more, and more. Here's Hammond eating food. Picture of a tent. More pictures of tents. Another picture of Arthur, still probably confused on why there's so many pictures being taken of him. Frozen ship. Even frozener ship. Assign a crew for interview. Why not? Might as well get a slight bit of research out of this. Mr. Zack. Mr. Zack's been interviewed quite a lot by her. By Kasha. I honestly not sure how to say these people's names. I hope I'm saying them right. I know I'm most certainly probably not. But it's a thought that counts. Yeah, y'all are gonna become freezing. You become wounded. Whoa, they must have found something. What? Who did I lose? Starting next week. It says lose someone to the ice. Who died? She has frostbite. Okay, you know what? I know this seems like cheating, and it is. But I can't stand the fact that someone just died because of me on... I'm a bleeding idiot. Medbay. Frostbite. Freezing. Can't believe I did that. Can't believe I just did that. Blah 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 blah. I can't believe that. My goodness. Runt, can you move me 10? Stuck me dog renter, I'm not a child. Get it. You know what? Very well, we're okay, Hugh. Thank you, Captain. You're in third. Solid, clear as day, the Quar. Because they definitely saw something, they got injured. 12 feet tall, covered in thick bushy white hair. No creature exists. Close clearly gotten to you. I'm afraid. I would love to send them out there. I really want to. I'm still going to. Oh wait, he's freezing, that's right. I sent him. Go see Dr. Nutley, you're the third. You clearly need some rest, you're imagining things. But Captain, it's enough. You need your rest, you're the third. Very well. Captain Templeton. Let's skip through this. Not too bad, I've grown used to it. Yeah, you didn't come here to request anything. Blah, 15 came, get it. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blee, 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 blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Need I say less? Oh yeah, this is where Rut and 2 Johns trade the book. We still have 5 crew members left. Here, interview Ricky. We haven't done that before. I'm almost certain of it. About 95% sure. Right, the crew have their meal. To be honest, I haven't had a problem with... Not even the slightest problem with decorum. That's enough fuel there. I know some people are probably thinking I'm a bleeding idiot. And you'd be right. I am a bleeding idiot. I'm glad you know. So that's 4 people with freezing. It was you with freezing and you with freezing, which I'm pretty sure I said... I'm pretty sure that you're fine. Captain, blah blah blah. Well, not a single of the crews doubted you. Even though I have max loyalty, I might as well keep it up. You see, I just can't lose a person here. Speaking of, how would one need to deliver this? Yeah. I would love to read the letter, honestly, but I'm not going to. Let me go to scientist. You do have frostbite. Please. Okay, I did throw you over here. Let me check. Freezing. Freezing. Freezing, frostbite. Okay, so last time I didn't throw her in there, and that almost ended this expedition. You've noticed something? Blah blah blee, blee 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 blah dee blah. Which is not over yet, Wait, I need to feed the hoosh pot. All the penguins. We just don't have enough penguins in this world to feed the hoosh pot. We need more penguins. And for every vote you give El Presidente, that's 1 penguin that will be eaten on a Saturday. The long winter continues. Okay, so now we're gonna throw everybody back into there, back into the med bay, and then we're gonna get the people to work. We're gonna send them back into the med bay, then we're gonna get them to work. We're gonna send them back into the med bay. We're gonna get them to work. Get them back into the med bay, and then we get them to work. Frostbite, freezing, command to rest. That's probably a bad idea. I probably could have gotten 1 extra in there, but you know, I'm a bleeding idiot. Everybody knows that. Because it takes 3 people. No, I'm fine actually. Because 2 engineers fix that right up. Ask engineers to raise the heat. Which will leave everybody in here uncured. Because, yeah, these 2 who are sent in there are uncured. Morning. Where might be finally cleaning up, eh? About time. Gods. Remember when those bloody penguins showed up at camp? Seems an age past, so... Not much longer now. Yet not soon enough. Can't wait to get moving again. Okay, so we need to put more fuel in the furnace. He's gonna have to do... Jeez. We're gonna have to do low fuel. Just don't have enough anything. Unfortunately, a few people are now malnourished. Love the noise when people get malnourished. Just sounds like something from Don't Starve Together. I must say, Doctor, something in walk as late as... Something in your walk as of late. You're holding your head up high. Oh, thank you. I'm sure you're eager as the rest of us, not long now before we'll be able to stretch our legs outside again. On that subject, I was running a few physical exams in preparation to returning to work. Do you mind? Of course not. This won't take long, I hope. It shouldn't. Ah, smell that, Lefty? Can't smell anything. I can. It's the smell of winter clearing up. We'll be out of this bunker before you know it. This calls for a chili. Well, Tucker, never figured you be so eager to return to work. Shite. He just realized that as soon as winter clears up, he's gonna have to go back to work. Week 32. A lot of weeks passing. Captain, I was running a standard physical exam on, well, request you to meet with me in the medical tent this evening. Is there an issue? Why not present it to you? The individual working with would rather this be handled privately. Apologies for sounding so cryptic, just later after dinner. Okay, my idea here. Kurt's getting old. I'm guessing he's going to be at risk of having a heart attack. I must admit, I'm curious with the issue of the doctor has encouraged that requires your summons. But I needn't pry. Private matter is a private matter. Listen, if Templeton was the captain, if Templeton was the captain, if Templeton was the captain, he would have opened up that letter and read it for everyone to hear. We can throw some more things in the furnace. You have some spoiled rations. We still have some 10 lemons. But I can't afford it. I can feel it. I can see it. The warm light at the end of the tunnel. Good for you. As far as I can tell, it's still dark as shite. It's a metaphorical light. Winter has almost passed us. About time. Alright, everybody, get your meager dinner. Group return to their post. Long dark continues. You can choose who to speak your evening with. So you are malnourished with frostbite, that'll be cured. You're freezing, that'll be cured. And you're malnourished, that'll be cured eventually. What's wrong with you? You've got a keen eye in the medical tent. Nothing concerns you. Or you, apparently. Are you bothered you're being shut up out of a meeting for once? Hi, yar. I don't care much for secrecy. Coming from you, that's bloody rich. Because remember, scouting is almost completely useless. As it just gets too many people cold. Freezing cold. Ah, Captain, don't let the cold in. Captain Shaw, to what do we owe this visit? Kasha, this is actually a private matter. Do you mind getting out of the tent for a moment? Oh, very well. Kasha exits. Sorry, I don't think it's worth getting the crew worried about. You best not be dying, Kurt. Har, perish the thought. I noticed the rhythma in his heart is difficult to determine the cause without further examination. But as it stands, my current diagnosis is cardiomyopathy. I'm not even going to try to say that. Years of adventure finally catching up with an old... I don't know what that says. Huh? Well, it could be genetic. Bah, I should guess. Still, some unusual rhythm is no issue. Have you experienced shortness of breath when sitting down? Well, fatigue, a sudden cough when you lie down, dizziness. I noticed some swelling in your ankles as well. Well, who's to say that? Kurt, please, I'm trying to help. Yes, I've experienced that. What does this mean? Well, it's manageable, but you'll have to take it easy for the rest of the expedition. Bah. No more hauling equipment. Very well. If you're offered a drink by the crew, refuse. Tough but fair. And well, it's to my belief that Kurt is not fit to lead a lifeboat once we're off. No, doctor, that's just not possible. I'm a navigator. You can't honestly expect anyone else to handle this sort of duty. It's a short sail, Nelly. Surely Kurt can rest once we make land. Cardiac arrests aren't known for patience, Captain. Health comes first, Kurt. It's quite unfortunate. We lost 10 loyalty. I'm sure we'll gain it right back. Your health comes first, Kurt. The entire crew's health is at risk of not navigating those boats. Kurt, I won't mince words. You could die. We all could. Bah, I don't want to argue with you, Arthur. We won't be getting anywhere doing so. It's up to you, Captain. That's true. Do you think it's worth the risk? If you feel fit to continue until we reach land, then you may. I don't really think that's wise. I know, Doctor, but it's a measured risk, isn't it? We had to make many out here. I suppose so. Try not to strain yourself too much, though. I'll do my best, thank you, Doctor. Oh, let's not tell the crew about this, just Willie. Don't need them fussing about it, and a man is due his privacy. I respect that. I suppose I should get an early night, then. Kurt exits. That's a lot of loyalty lost. I mean, at least he didn't become disloyal to me. That would have been the absolute worst thing that could happen. Now, unfortunately, everybody's going to start freezing to death. They're going to be so cold that they'll wish that they didn't die. But they're going to. You wake the sound of distant barking. Some of the dogs gotten excited by something. Oh, wait. It's true. It's the bear. It is real. Cinder campsite cracking against the form, followed by more spreading out. The dogs move from kennels creeping southwards. Wait. Cordell runs across the cracks and introduces her dogs. Peg shifts beneath you. You hear the sound of something falling, then smashing. The lance. L's. What the F is that? Oh no, floor is splitting. Quick, we need to move, now. No wasting time. Nutley and Kasha rush out of the medical tent, Nutley carrying his bag, slung over his shoulder while Kasha's hands are filled with notes. What is this? Ice is splitting. But all your work? Well, all you carry, yes. Not good, your tent's going under. What? No. My equipment. Not go back that way either, do you understand? Templeton runs to Kurt. How should we handle this? Captain, we need to get out of the tent as soon as possible. Everything past this point is going to be swallowed up. You heard the man, everybody haul, you can't move. The crew had to work on the furniture and lifeboat, hauling as fast as you can. The ice breaking apart quick, you only realized you had one tent to save one tent. Expect medical tent. Ah, gotta think. There's a dog there. There's food here. Doggy. One of Cordell's dogs howls in fear. You see the digging fuels and hunting large double-barreled shotgun and warm boat actually still trapped inside. Caution to save what they could. There's still the doctor's medical tools, assortment, medical compass, and creep 10 limit speed saving. So we're gonna have to lose all this. Junior having to stay over there to could have pushed some furnace. The main in the crates. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Wait, yeah, because this is our guns. 2 Johns. 2 Johns cross the gaps and rescues the hunting supplies. The ice splits farther. The tents sink below. The canopy collapses. Yes, we lose it. Yeah, we lose so much stuff that would have been good. The canopy collapses. Guess it only lasts for so long. The rest of the stuff was sort of useless anyways. Crew had made it out from the burn trap. Few sustained burns and bruises from the fanatic escape. At least we were able to save the doggy. The doggy's the most important thing. When we can fourth camp. We started up a new camp by the shore. New camp has been formed on Act 3. Open sail C. You guys can read this if you want. I don't. That was a lot to go through. Some cannot be said for our equipment. Sign off. Wow. Well, that happened. Is there anything I can do for the crew? Yeah, makeshift medical area. You You have freezing. You're malnourished. Smell the air, Doctor. If this holds, there'll be no better time for sale, let me tell you. Well, isn't that fortunate? Tar. Kurt, please be careful out there. I will. Hey, we didn't have to pay food and fuel there. But I'm afraid we're out of resources. We're gonna have to send some people out. Also, ask an engineer to raise the heat. Secure that one man of freezing. We also lost all those penguins. I would have wanted to eat more. Do we really have to go out into the water? You scared? Yes. Can't exactly go to land without crossing, can we? Ice, break off, and moves. In the right direction? Maybe not. This is concerning. What is concerning, Harriet? All readings hint in a fog rolling in, a thick one at that. The body, that body pours for our sail, does it not? Perhaps we can catch a lucky break. Worry not, our compasses will keep us steady. We're hitting the open seas. You excited, Quinsley? About time we got off the ice. I'd like to be able to lead one of the lifeboats. The glory, eh? You're more like Kurt than me. It's not that. Don't want to put my life in another's hand at this stage. Ah, fair. Oh, Captain, I'm just triple checking my notes. I'll cook myself if I end up leaving anything on the ice. You're gonna kick yourself? How are you gonna kick yourself? I guess you kick your own foot. And I hope my report doesn't take a dip in the ocean. We're heading out soon. Nervous? I have to be careful. You don't know these waters. Well, chin up. Better look confident for the crew. Oh, there's no ability to scout. I'm guessing we're near the end of the game. Semi-short, but at the same time extremely long. When we're pushed into land, I don't know if I have the energy left. And remember, we still only have one of 40 branches. That's right, there's 40 branches. I'm guessing if someone dies, something plays differently, we take too long to do something, choose to take different things. I bet if we went after that bear, something different would have happened. The old arms might break off while trying to row. Well, let's see to it. Oh, it's dark in here. Captain, we got a problem. How urgent? Bloody compasses, they don't work. Excuse me? None of them. They all been going haywire just after winter cleared. Mr. Hammond, we'll do to set off to the water. We cannot wait in the ice a moment longer. You don't think I know that? Shite. Every step of this expedition has been plagued with misfortune, hasn't it? People talk about the Pale Patches being cursed. All it makes you believe it, right? Mr. Hammond, do you not have any idea what is causing the error? Looks like a case of magnetic interference, but that can't be right, can it? We've come farther south than anyone in history. This may just be a case closer to the pole. But we best just hope for good fortune. Hope? Great. We're still in unbelievable hope. Captain, we have few injured from the ice splits. I managed to arrange a small batch of crates to treat anyone. Well done, Doctor. Quite ingenious of you. Oh, thank you, Mr. Templeton. Unfortunately, won't be able to make any more comforts, but I'll treat whoever I can. A word, Captain. Speak your mind, Templeton. The animals. In my years, I don't believe I've ever heard of a dog being able to sail the silver seas. Have you? I'm not so sure. These dogs might be different. Very funny, Captain. He straightens himself. One of us is going to break the news to the Colonel Master. The dogs will not be joining us in the ocean. You don't think it hasn't crossed my mind? It has. You understand what must be done? I assume you'll help me do the dirty work. I'm not gonna kill the dogs, I'm just gonna leave them behind. I still want to say this one. If this was real life, I would jokingly say this. But unfortunately, this ain't real life. Yes, it's time we inform Cordell. He broke the news and speak to her afterwards. Cordell isn't a fool. I'm sure it's crossed her mind as well. Yes, but in this situation, we must be crystal clear. Make sure you are, then I'll speak to her afterwards. I'd also say that, but then say, wait, Templeton, don't actually do that. That was a joke. I'll go talk to her. I'll do it then. This requires tactical stuff. This requires tactics. Templeton, if I say the wrong word, she'll kill me and feed me to dogs. She clearly likes these things more than humans. Why do we still have a scouting post if we can't scout? Also, I realized we never used our research on any of these. We could have so long ago and just saved ourselves from not having any food. But, guess not. So I guess we passed, I guess, one of the hardest parts of the game. I'm gonna guess there's gonna be some more things to do. Because we no longer have anything. Any resource cards at all. Because I decided to save the dogs. And the guns. We need these. We really need these. Here's what we do. In case there's someone out here who's trying to kill us. We have all of these weapons. Something or someone. The animals are eagerly trained on the penguin fillet and Cordell's hands. She notices your approach. Captain, I was hoping to speak to you. Let her continue. The dogs scramble as she launches the meat across to them. I understand you're going to shoot my dogs, aren't you? What? No, no! No! I'm not going to shoot the dogs. This looks closer to you. I was gonna make nothing do. We could let them go, let nature take its course. She looks across at the animals. I'm no fool, I just don't want them to suffer. They've been through so much already. Let her continue. But what alternatives do we have? The animals continue to scrabble over the fillet. These dogs have known me their entire lives. She points to the dog tearing the fillet from its sibling. I used to carry that one around in my pocket as a pup. Do you have children, Captain? I don't. I had a dog of my own before. Then you should understand. Stenberry joins her side. I don't mean to be so cliche, Captain, but they're all I have. You can't help more animals if you're dead. Bam, just shoot her. Yeah, lost Cordell. Dealing with some sort of found family. I'm here to disappoint you, Captain. I've known you lot for several months. Not the best of months either. We can't take them on the sale. There simply isn't enough room, I know. So, what's happened to them? We're gonna kill them. No. They'll stay here, let nature take its course. Don't last long out here, Shawl. If we perished at sea, I'd like to think someone made it, at least. We've seen stranger things, they might outlive us all. I'm about to chase them off, though, lest they try to follow us into the boats. You begin to make your leave. Robin? Yes. I'm ashamed to ask you, but I implore you this one's mercy. She ruffles Stanberry. May I keep one? Just one. You can stay, Stanberry. I need my replacement captain after all. It tilts its head at you. Thank you, Captain. I won't forget this. Pet Stanberry and leave. You depart across the snow. Oh my goodness. Why are there so many bad options there? Why is it... Okay. No, I was gonna get Lutley to shoot the dogs. Wait. Word spread quickly that the dogs will not be joining them for sale after all. May the crew take this last chance to sit up from the other can. It makes sense. Crew have their meal in relative silence. The crew share a little food they have with the dogs. Aw, that's nice. The crew return to their post. You can choose who to spend your evening with. Alright, now it's time to go scouting. It makes sense why I couldn't scout. Yeah, I understand. I completely and 100%, 1,000,000,000% in fact, understand. Eat up, all of you. You'll need your strength for the times ahead. Lady Cordell, is this a bad time? This is my final evening with my kennel. I understand, it won't bother you then. It's quite alright. Did you need something of me? No, I wouldn't ask you of anything at a time like this. Someone check in to see how you're faring. Concerned for my health, are you? My thoughts are on the final comfort of these dogs, my dogs. They will not see much comfort in their future. They'll starve, they will suffer. Would have been kinder to put them down. I could not bear to suffer such pain. Perhaps they'll find food. Perhaps they'll find a way to live out here. For goodness sake, you're not a child. You know they won't, right? May I ask you a question? Are these dogs included in that report of yours? Well, yes, I do have them listed by name, taken record of their shifts, but that's about it. I don't know much of the pack beyond that. Would you like to? These creatures have lived rich lives, perhaps that is of less value than the other names in your report. Not at all, they're just part of crews any other. They were. Still, tell me about them. We should know more about them. Well, suppose you start Stanbury, should not? Stanbury was... So wait, she thinks it would have been less cruel to shoot the dogs. I mean, if this was real life, I could not bring myself to shoot the dogs. I'd have to get Grimly to do it. Or Hammond. Hammond seems to not really care about people that much. No, Templeton. He'd be perfect. He hates the dogs. Templeton and Zack do not like the dogs. Get them to shoot them. Templeton can get the rifle. Zack can have his revolver back for that short period of time. Them stealing it back from him. Some last minute checks. No. Not last minute. Last minute checks or come the morning before we leave. Oh well, it doesn't hurt to be thorough. Anything can change. No chances. You seem concerned. Does it hurt to be? No, not at all. You seem to be doing well. Considering the circumstances, I am. Thank you, Grimly. Aye, get some rest. Won't be seeing them when we set off, will we? Like those much better than most of the crew. They always pulled their weight, at least. I'll miss the wee beasties. There, good boy. I'm gonna miss you all around here. Are we sure we can't bring him with us? Sorry, Timmy, we can't. Fine. Will we be able to pick them up again on the way back? I don't know. I hope so. Though I don't think so. Look at that, lads. You're tough fellas, aren't you? It's gonna be rough out there. Maybe we'll get lucky. Aye, maybe some penguins will flock into this block and have to feed them for a year. Hear that? You'll be the top beasties on the ice before long. You'll have the leopard seals running away in fear, huh? Doesn't seem right letting them go and maybe just starve. Maybe we should have put them down. Would you have wanted to do that? No, I wouldn't. Alright, back to your master. Remember, not to run in after us when we leave. You'll get frost nip on your paws. Those creatures will be left behind not departure. I wonder if they would attempt to follow us at sea. I understand Cortel would have considered them smarter beasts than that, but I'm not sure. They will die out here. Perhaps it was better to give them a merciful death. It is no good to second-guess your actions, Captain. We cannot begin that grisly work this late. The Kennel Master is more silent than usual after these days' events, understandably so. But it's best to check in on that. Alright, looks like this is the final week in the ice. Now let me guess, something real bad's gonna happen. The boiler's gonna explode. It's just gonna go boom. And everything is gonna be bad. Am I right or am I wrong? The boiler's gonna explode, yes or no? I just feel like something's gonna happen. I feel like the boiler is just going to explode. It's just going to do it. And for the hooch pot? No, I do not, I'm afraid. I have nothing. I'll put you to work there. Heal freezing. Or didn't I heal 2 freezing? That's good to hear. It'll be a relief to get off this ice. Still need to assign the crew to their stations. Plan carefully, Shaw. We don't wear a face out there. Everybody needs to pull their weight. Anything else, Captain? Give Grimly Captain Hutt's hat. You pass him the Warren headwear. Grimly, I wanted to give you something before we set off. I think Hut would have wanted you to have this. Grimly eyes the hat, a small smile forms at the corner of his lip. Not really my style, but thanks. Anything else, Captain? Thank you both for everything. Oh, we don't have the... No, I wish I had assigned another engineer. Oh, I can. Okay, good. I'm just a bleeding idiot. Of course, everybody knows that, right? I mean, come on. Preparation begins. Templeton, Hamilton, Kurt, and Tall all aboard the large lifeboat. Grimly and Junior man the other two vessels. Remaining crew must be decided. All living crew must be allowed a lifeboat before you sail. You have 16 left to assign. Assigned to lifeboat 1. I'm gonna say... Game glitch. Assigned to lifeboat 1. 2 Johns. We need at least 1 scout in each, right? So I'm gonna say York the third, you're with me. The rest of the science team as well. Assigned to lifeboat 3. So you've all been assigned. I'm thinking we do a few more sailors over here. A scout. The engineering team. And finally 1 more sailor. Confirm your orders. All living crew must be assigned. Yeah, I get it. Living crew. There's not many of those left, by the way. Is that a... No, there's still 1 person left. Where is he? You. You and you. You and you. You. Ah, Timmy. Hello. Little guy, I forgot about him. You board the vessel. You're now ready to set sail. Honestly, we did have some room for more dogs. Could have brought at least 5. You're not being able to return from this point, are you sure? Aye. The camp is packed up in the lifeboats and you're prepared for sail. As you glance back to the shore, you notice the dogs sitting at the edge. They paw the water, eyeing the boat and their master. Cordell readies a rifle and fires it into the air above them. It's enough to scare them off. Everything's ready, Captain. All is left for you to give the order. Let's get off this blasted ice. I'll see you all on the other side. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. For some back home, the end of lunchtime. For you, the beginning of the countdown. Observe the souls aboard. Anticipation has quickly melted away. The malevolent stagnation, all were fleeing on the foul. Your past and future seem to shrink against the glaring challenge of the ice ahead. Consider your previous sailing experience. The rank and order are all accustomed to will matter little out here. Here is a land of chaos, you must be willing to adapt. Criminal record. Those man-made words mean little out here. You've outsailed the law. Those aboard may well end up thanking God you were never caught. You grip... I don't know what that is. I'm not a sailor. Stroke. Forwards. The boats lurch forwards, bobbing side to side. So when I say that, then they row. They start rowing. I have to say it each time, I guess. Parting the inky waters. Stroke. You're gaining speed now. Stroke. I put a scout in each of them, so we should be fine. Cadence is raised for all those rowing. The oars lift in unison. Uncomfortable for most, the crews arrange the equipment as best they can to lift the sitting positions to account for the raged edges of the boat. So long before Nutley begins a periodic ritual of dry heaving over the side of the boat between his turns rowing. Kasha curls over her camera, paranoid of any moisture that may enter its mechanisms. Continue to sail ahead. Kurt is leading us. We should be fine. The fog clears to finally reveal the ice around. Are we dead? Did we die? No, we didn't. Okay, good. I made sure nobody died. I may have used the time machine and cheated by reloading save. It's called save scumming. I may have done that. but it was for the benefit of the crew. Not a single person did die. I never killed one single dog. In fact, I even saved one from dying instead of grabbing stuff that could have been more useful, but in fact wasn't. Most useful things to us are the guns and the dogs. We did keep Stanberry, but I think we're nearing the end of the game. I think there might be something left, if I remember correctly. Otherwise, loyalty would be pretty much useless. There must be some sort of final vote. Wait, we find Captain Hunt, don't we? Joe probably froze to death. I'm guessing they're all dead. Maybe Captain Hunt's still alive. Oh hey, I rolled snake eyes. That's always bad luck. I just have 2 dice here at my table. And unfortunately I rolled snake eyes. Normally that means bad luck for me. Whenever I roll them, something bad happens. Normally it's my fault, of course. But there's no way that the dice have nothing to do. I'm just kidding. It's always my fault. It just happens to be a strange coincidence. But I will say, this game so far has been great. It took me 10 hours so far to get through this. And again, there's like 20 branches. And I'm guessing there would have been some different dialogue choices if I took different ones. Like, I don't know, maybe if I took this, or that. Like, what if I was an admiral? Terrifying, but profoundly beautiful at once. That's what I was thinking. Continue to sail ahead. Why is there still one crew member who's able to do stuff? Is that me? Wait a minute. If we had Rufus Hunt and the 3 others, we would still have extra space for them. The boats lurch. The smell's horrendous, though seemingly enticing to a large gathering of snow petrels. They shoot down from the sky at their leisure, scooping up meals at a time. There are mackerel ice fishing, I think. I didn't know that. My father used to take me fishing whenever he could. Hammond stops rowing momentarily. Are you sure about that, kid? Cause you've been puking for the year straight at least. Liquor glows red and tries to prove he can hold it in. Kasha furrows her brow and readies the camera. What do you think it means? It doesn't mean anything. A cold current, most likely. Where the ice meets the ocean. Grimly calls from his boat. It's a bad omen! The living are supposed to be out here. Templeton grumbles to himself something about superstitions. The birds oversight it's not impossible to avoid their droppings. At least it's warmer than the snow. Wait, is everybody loyal to me? I need to check real quick. You're loyal. 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 And you're dead. One finds its way into the doctor's hair. A fresh purge follows suit. Kasha looks to you uncomfortable, shielding the camera. What do you think, Captain? Sailors have made a career of defying where people shouldn't be able to go. Grimley's no different. I'm no different. No, I am different from the rest of these. I'm preoccupied with the assailing and being shot on by the birds, in case you haven't noticed. I'm not sure there's an explanation whether we understand it or not. Do you think someone's the answer before taking a photo across the water? Cordell lifts a fish from the ocean and prevents it to Stanberry. The animal smells it before shying away from the food. She drops it back into the ocean and buries herself in the animal's fur. Good call. Probably cold out here. After hours of rowing, you finally reach open ocean. It's impossible to avoid the stingy spray of the sea as they invade the boat periodically. Everyone here is left bailing with whatever they can find. Hats, mugs, even their bare hands lift out the water. The crew begin to curse into the night at each other, and the events gone past. And only the means of protest that doesn't interrupt to remain warm. Join in the blasphemy. You add to the chorus curses, each getting more creative and louder, as the swells continue varied past and class. Each bring their own flavor to the... I don't know what that is. They soon mix and fold like currents beneath the wave. Before long, even the likes of Templeton and Nutley permit their share of curses. The latter briefly forgetting their seasickness. Oh, good, Nutley. I'm seeing that the curses Making fun of each other has made him forget his seasickness. I'm happy for him. Good for you, Templeton. I'm sorry, not Templeton. I mean, yeah, good for him for finally doing something that's not so snotty. I'm proud of him that way as well. This looks bad. What is that singing? Can't really hear it too well. Lightning flashes to the west, followed by thunder, overscoring the seas. Hold fast! Your screams are lost in the thunder, as a large, abrupt wave smashes against the boat. Rogue wave! Oh, rogue wave, those things. Rogue waves are a real thing. They're like really tall and just come out of nowhere, I'm pretty sure. You just about the crest of it. Moment passes before the other two lifeboats join you. Every sailor knows the tales of rogue waves, freak anomalies that plague the seas such as these. Your singing, started by Junior. It soon infects the rest of the crew, the rest of the sailor folk, to fight against the storm. A second larger wave hits the boat, same again, just about. The sailors change key. Focus on the task at hand. It's very certain. Taller wave. It's now just you. The next wave, taller. Heart pounds in your chest. That doesn't look good. The third, final, largest wave hits the boats. Lives near. Brace yourself. Water crashes around you. It feels like forever. Your boat finally crests a wave. Buckles in your hands. Your eyes burn from the salt of the sea. Yours are fine. 3 boats made it across. All because of Kurt. Finally make it land. Goodness. Navigator's the first step on solid ground. He turns the rest of you sudden. We made it, ladies and gentlemen. Land at... Oh, he's having a heart attack. The man clutches his chest. Heart attack! Arthur, quickly, save the man. Before falling across the sand. The others rush to his aid. Week 39. Land. We've been out here for about a year. Right? I'm not sure. How many weeks are in a month? I actually don't know. I mean, it's different for most months. To across the ocean, consider the journey thus far. Crew needs fed for the week. Well, afraid we neither have food nor fuel. Oh, wait. Look at your beard. You look awful. You're bald. I didn't know you were bald. Does even Templeton look like shite? You do look like shite. You look about the same. I have news about Kurt. Good news, mostly. He's stable, resting now, but he should be able to walk when we're through. He's stubborn, isn't he? Frankly, he was lucky that wasn't worse for him. Sounds like his scouting days may be at an end. Absolutely, Captain, I'm telling you. By no account can Kurt partake in any strenuous activities again. He needs as much rest as possible before we make it back to land. I'm sorry, Doctor, I should have listened to you. Indeed, we bear some of the responsibility. Kurt's stubbornness is what mattered. We had the right of his refusal. He leaves. Carpenter sent me, says we ought to get building some sort of marker. Can't say disagree, made it this far. Anything else? Something to take pride in. I'll get to work on it. Your order. It may be in our interest to hold a small economy, Captain. We've come this far, we should praise ourselves for the accomplishment of such an impossible task. We should not praise ourselves, we should be lucky we're alive. We have progressed beyond the last known location of the Viscount. Answers to its disappearance may lie on this isle. Captain, once we're through here, I'd recommend you scout the area for signs of human activity. For safety, of course. Yes, this is why we have guns, see? Gun protects us from people who wish to harm us. I know, it sounds crazy, but it's true. Instructor marker. Read the inscription. Here we are, the crew of the Temperance, who ventured beyond the Pale Passage and arrived safely. Robin Shaw, Richard Templeton, Clive Hamilton, Kirk Darling, Brimley Stoke, Junior Stoke, Lady Cordell, Dr. Arthur Nutley, Kasha Belfold, Andrew Isaac, Dwight Glossy, Harriet Glossy. Not even sure how to say that one. John, Timmy Ward, Skylar Peck, that's Gnome, Harold Turner, Tilson Higgs. That's Tucker. Don't know who that is. Don't even know how to say that. Doug Ward. That's Runstar. Foster. Ricky Flogs. Harriet Quinsley. Yorick Moore and Sawyer Clippen. Listen, I'm sorry for saying these names wrong. It's almost like a different language to me, I'm being honest. You see the engineer taking away some navigational equipment with his usual sour expression. Shite. Replace the equipment to silence at a grunt. Darn thing still doesn't work. Do you think it could be the environment? Hammond gives you a sideways glance. Maybe. Couldn't begin to know. Not like we have a bloody expert for this. A bloody soul has come this far herself. Who bloody knows what's ahead? Having trouble? Kurt approaches. A more noticeable limp on the man, forcing him to use his cane. What do you want? So trying to get the compass working again? Threatened that it might. Look in Kurt's face is one of hesitation, as he darts his eyes around to avoid doing all he can to avoid the glance at him. Funny. I have something to declare regarding my previous actions. Carry on, Kurt. Well, I believe that in dire circumstances, pride can often take the best of us. Stop sailing? Stop stalling, what are you trying to say? I'd like to apologize over our earlier scrap. I got carried away before, and I see that it did neither of us any good. You're right there. It's not like me, it's not in me to hold a grudge, Hammond. Must all of us be trapped out in this cold. Yes, again. Kurt has a huge ego. He had too big of an ego. The ego almost ended up hurting someone. I mean, it could have. We still have one dog, that's good. Enough of the appeals, just spit it out. Why don't you? We should be working together, and more importantly, I'm sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I apologize. Hammond pauses for a moment, we're looking towards Kurt. After the moment, he returns to tinkering of the equipment before finally speaking. Accepted. Excuse me, what was that? Apology accepted. So, I can expect the two of you to work together from now on? As best we can, I don't think I have another fight in me, Captain. First and last, eh? I fought before. Could have fooled me. Well, suppose I'll be off. Best of luck with your adjustments, Hammond. There's no chance of getting to work here. We're relying on you. I'm sure I'm a relic compared to your machines. I'm relying on you. I see. Kurt steps away, returns to camp at large. And final thing. Across the ridge. Inside the claim, you find a letter and some supplies and a bolt-action rifle. Read the letter. To him find this message, here lies the final testament of the Viscount. We made our arrival on the east shore of the island before moving on. We established a cabin to mark our landing point. They will find enough supplies to support a crew of 20 for a year. We have 25. It's worth to kill a few people. I'm kidding. While charting the perimeter of the island, the crew came across a cavern at the mouth of the central mountain. Captain Willen decided to split the crew in order to chart the location farther. His half elected to enter the cave through the open stream, while ours have been sent out to mark the western coast of land. I don't trust the captain. His actions of late have been erratic, cagey. He's avoided all questions from myself and the rest of the crew. This behavior has only exacerbated since encouragement of the cave. So entering the cave. Instructed and enclosed is an instrument that we may be needing in some time. If you find said instrument to be making from this thing, I don't know what that says. So you know the worst has occurred. If you're reading this in our wake, another poor crew has been sent to this isle. Heed my advice. Turn back. There's something truly wrong with this island. It's felt the touch of the three sisters, cursed to swallow per sailor's whole. If you're wise, do not allow it to happen to you. Turn back. Signed, Bartholomew Reynolds, head scout of the Viscount. Oh, okay, so I can just reread the letter in case I accidentally clicked off. You turn. And then, yeah, I can go back. Alright. Time to tell the crew of what I found of this. And actually, wait, does that mean we have 2 bolt-action rifles? That's always good. Called group dinner. We don't have much food left. Oh, we do have 50. Too bad we don't have any fuel. A wave of ease of rest falls over the crew, safe and fed. The crew of you look tired and bruised. You consider that what words will bolster them. You all make your way to the marker. Nutley approaches you. Captain, we've come a long way, haven't we? You've grown quite a lot in that time, Nutley. Have I? Am I any taller? Yeah, actually, I think he is taller. I'm not sure. Might be just going mad. But I think he's slightly taller. What time is it? Jeez. Man, it's late. This video's gonna be about an hour and a half long, I think. Before we move on, there's something I must confess. Something I've carried on my back this whole time. I don't feel like keeping you from it any farther, so I allowed Captain Hunt to abandon us. Explain? When the ship was going down, I saw him. I watched as he grabbed his supplies and began to take off into the ice. He saw me, but he didn't say a word. He knew I was too spineless to say anything. To do anything. I couldn't even bring myself to tell anyone. He was right. I was too spineless, until now at least. And now you know. You'll never work again. Arthur, wasn't your fault. Expect no punishment for this. Arthur, wasn't your fault. Expect no punishment from this. I didn't help. Every time I could have done something, I froze up, and I carried that guilt with me. I'm sorry. The truth had to come out, Captain. Do what you will with this information. I accept anything you decide, Captain. Billy walks off, returned to his tent. How long are we gonna be out here? Templeton, what are you doing hiding next to this rock? Captain, you escaped the ice. We're on land. We're so close now, Shaw. So very close. We both saw whatever that is, Captain. Traces this expedition which came before us. Shaw, I believe we can still find the Viscount. Our mission shall be continued. Do you really think there's a chance we can actually find it? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, surely. I know that after all this time, the specifications of our employer may seem inconsequential, but tell me, Captain, do you think Apperton would pour all of his effort, put this many lives at risk, if they didn't think there was something shifting at the end of it? Ask me that again, then. Very well. We can discuss this further once we traverse the mountain. He stops before leaving. Jesus, his clothes is actually really tattered. They're falling to pieces. One last thing. What happened to the captain's hat? It didn't fit. It wasn't my hat. I didn't need it. I gave it to Grimley. He earned it after the sale. He leaves. Hey, what happened to your hat? You look awful. Have you been getting sleep? Captain, is there something I should be made aware of? What do you mean? Mr. Templeton has been snooping around and interrogating on my report. It seems the approach to the rescue is taking it upon himself to approve of what lies in my writing. He has taken it upon himself, correct? You didn't set him up to this. I'll inform Templeton to leave you be. Good. I'm no stranger to people who don't want who want to omit parts of my work. I saw it plenty while covering the riots. I have no intention on censoring this report. A story not based on truth is worthless. If I have to leave parts out or fabricate others that wasn't in it, a story worth telling in the first place. You could always gloss it up a little. Turn your head and see Kurt approaching, apparently having eavesdropped on the conversation. What do you mean? Well, the story can be plenty honest, but some require a bit of polish. What about your films? Weren't they honest accounts of your expedition? They were, well, more or less. More or less. Most of it was true, I'm sure. Most of it? I'm not intended in mostly true. Alright, Kasha. Kurt shouldn't suggest you to lie about this expedition, and I don't think he is, actually. I'm not suggesting anything of that sort, but I'm no stranger to the world of show business. Well, this isn't show business, Kurt. This is journalism. I've been around long enough to know they're one and the same. You should hear some of the rumors I've read myself in my time. I'm aiming to do better than the gutter press, Kurt. You've been part of countless documentaries. Surely you'd care about precedenting the facts. The facts are not immune to artist licenses. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Do you wish for us to omit your fight with Hammond? Facts are facts, Kurt. If we look bad, so be it. Quite a tax looking reputation, Captain, after all the work you put for us. Let's see, you're still loyal, but you still have a heart attack. Fine. Why are you suggesting this, Kurt? I just feel like brave so much that we deserve some flattering write-up, so perhaps some omniscience are needed. Such as what? Many of the crew come from backgrounds best not shared with the public. And more has happened here than should remain in the ice. If perhaps a member of the crew has unexpected health issues that make them appear weak, are you asking me to omit your heart attack? Pretend it didn't happen. Not asking anything of you, I'm simply suggesting that people wouldn't want to hear anything like that. When they read of the expedition, they want to hear of brave, daring adventurers, not ordinary men of weak hearts. You just want to protect your own image, don't you? What? Well, no, it's nothing of the sort, but I'm no fuel. I'm not fuel. What am I? French? I'm not French. I heard in TV shows, for some reason, whenever a French man says fool, it's actually, I think, I don't remember what TV show it was. He said fuel. I'm not fool, I see exactly what you're trying to do. Let's not debate this matter anymore. I can't wait until we're on our way home. No, this is important. I didn't think this would be concerned about your image, Kurt. Well, that's your mistake. Mistake? You can't expect me to be a perfect role model you see in the films. I'm only human. I've married thrice, hobbled once, and been plagued with every vice there is. He's been married thrice. Probably divorced thrice as well. What I do have is my exploits and my legacy. I do not wish for you to take those away from me as well. Kasha looks to you and her usual upbeat visage melted into disbelief. I cannot lie on your behalf, Kurt. You don't understand the power of optics. Every part of your report puts my livelihood at stake. Your livelihood, or your image. The cold truth is, there's no difference between the two. And you, Captain, do you believe this as well? No, you're free to publish as you please. I'm being honest. Of course you do, but surely something can be encouraged. I'm gonna lose all my loyalty with Kurt. No wonder give me so many options to get him up. These two. It's like, okay, now you have to placate these two, otherwise you'll have to stay because there's no loyalty. Of course, but surely it can be encouraged too. No. No? I'm so disappointed in you. Please, I'm simply saying that something is better to reframe is the reality of for a better story. And feed your ego, that's all you care about, right? Yeah, he has a really big ego. That's all I have to carry about. So, just don't make note of my heart attack, please. Kasha's face has shifted yet again. Not into one of cold cynicism. You're pathetic. Kasha turns back into her tent as Kurt gives you an uncomforting glance. The man looks shaken by the response and above all appears to be deeply embarrassed. Without a word, he staggers back to the heart of the camp. You know what? I think I'm just gonna leave this one here. Next video will be the last video we do of Pale Beyond, most likely. This is really difficult to read. I'm tired. My throat kind of hurts. Didn't get much sleep last night. I always have trouble sleeping. And we'll continue this next time. Who knows, maybe I'll figure a way to become so good at this game I can beat it on hard mode. And if I do play again, I'll probably be doing a Saltborn Admiral or something. Or maybe a Mudwash Admiral. No, Mudwash Merchant. That makes sense. Anyways, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Go follow me on Rumble. I do hope you all enjoyed. That was a lot. This entire game has been a lot. Constantly stressful. I do wish you could push WASD to just move instead of it being like, oh, you can go here, here, and here with WASD. Depending on where it is. I wish that you could actually move these keys. But then again, I do understand. It is kind of hard to move and scroll in and out, as it takes quite some time. This is me scrolling. Full scroll. Full scroll. I will admit, it's not the longest. It could have been way longer to scroll this, but it's annoying nonetheless. A few times, during like the bigger camp, the first camp, I did find myself having to spend some time scrolling around like this for a long time just to get from place to place, zooming out and then zooming back in. But yeah, that'll do it. I do really hope y'all enjoyed. We still have Stanberry with us. Because if I die for some reason, somehow, I am making Stanbarrier that captain. I'm not sure how. I wonder if I can. I wonder if there's a way. Because there's an achievement for when it's the least gotten achievement. Win the game and have Templeton be the captain. It's called middle management. In the beginning of the game, you can ask Templeton about captaincy, about him wanting to be the captain. My thoughts: you can make him the captain, but he'll pick up the worst options possible, and it's the hardest way to win the game. Or nobody likes Templeton, decided to be against him becoming captain. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Go watch something else now. It's the last video of the day. The only video of the day. So I hope you all enjoyed.